Welcome back. Coming up on 19 minutes after the hour, President Biden and Kamala Harris nowhere to be seen at the southern border, even as thousands of Haitian migrants have been living in squalor under that Texas bridge.
But our next guest went there as part of a cleanup effort he organized with veterans and active duty service members.
John Rourke is an Army veteran, founder of the Great American Cleanup and owner of Blue Line Moving, and he joins us now. John, thank you so much for being here, and thank you so much for what you did down there. But did you ever envision a world where private citizens like yourselves would basically need to do the job of the federal government?
Absolutely not. Excuse me. Good morning. Thanks for having me on. Absolutely not. And I didn't go down there intending to do anything like that. We went down there. I own Blue Line Moving out of Jupiter, Florida. We do a volunteer garbage cleanup every year. And we chose Del Rio as this year's first cleanup site. And we cleaned underneath that bridge on 9/11. And we went down there with all intention of just cleaning up garbage. We raised $10,000 for the Val Verde County Sheriff's Office and donated it to them because they're under their budget's blown from dealing with this crisis. So we went down there and picked up thousands of pounds of garbage, but we never expected to see what we saw underneath that bridge.
Yeah, so we're looking at some of the images on our screen of what the conditions are like under the bridge, but you say that you didn't expect to see what you saw. Please explain, what did you see?
So, to be honest with you, some of the most disgusting things I've ever seen. I'm retired from the Army. I served overseas in multiple locations, and this was some of the roughest, some of the roughest living conditions that I've ever seen. Children are being bathed in the Rio Grande, sleeping under a bridge, breastfeeding babies, sleeping in dirt. There's wildlife everywhere, garbage everywhere, people going to the bathroom everywhere. They're literally chopping down trees and making lean-tos and tents and teepees. It's really crazy. And it's disgusting. And it's the babies, really. It's the little children that you see, walking around, don't know what's going on. It's 107 degrees out. It seems like 24 hours a day there. It's just a disgusting scene underneath that bridge.
Typically,
the poor children, they don't deserve that. And it's really horrific.
Typically, veterans like yourselves are not shrinking violets when it comes to what they've seen, what they've experienced. The fact that that is your impression should speak volumes. Meantime, speaking of the military, Joe Biden says troops should be dishonorably discharged if they disobey the order to get the COVID vaccine. Here is the statement. Read it to you, and then you get your reaction on the back end. Quote, the administration strongly opposes Section 716, which would detract from readiness and limit a commander's options for enforcing good order and discipline when a service member fails to obey a lawful order to receive a vaccination. To enable a uniformed force to fight with discipline, commanders must have the ability to give orders and take appropriate disciplinary measures. John, are you buying this readiness argument?
No, absolutely not. Listen, I was an Army recruiter for 5 years. Every person that joins the military goes through a rigorous health screening process. For the vast majority of the people that serve in the military, you're working out 5 days a week. You're in the 18 to 36 range. So all of these things are working in the service members, in their favor. They're healthy. They usually don't have any kind of secondary health issues. So they're falling into the class of people that fall into like the lowest class people that would die from COVID-19. Yet they're going to push a vaccine with no long-term studies on it and take away the freedom of choice that these service members, frankly, have earned, have literally fought for, have missed their children's birthdays, have missed children's births, have put their life on the line multiple times, and now they don't have the freedom of choice, something that simple that they've earned literally in their blood, sweat, and tears. And Joe Biden's going to take it away from them. And then on top of that, call them dishonorable, ruin their lives post-military, because that's essentially what you're doing. Because a soldier who fought overseas multiple times, now you're going to call him dishonorable because he doesn't want to take a vaccine. You're going to strip that freedom of choice from him. It's disgusting. If anybody's dishonorable, it's Joe Biden.
You're making too much sense. John Rourke, Army veteran, founder of the Great American Cleanup. Thank you so much for going down to the southern border and for joining us this morning. We appreciate it.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks for having me on, guys.